So today we are going to know one of the grammar topics that is types of sentences. Types of sentences. So already in previous video we have learnt one of types of sentences. Those are very basic, called assertive, negative interrogative, and imperative and exclamatory sentences. So in this video we are going to know the major and the important types of sentences. Those are simple, compound and complex. So before going to them, before that we have to have an idea on a special thing, that is conjunctions. Right? If we have an idea on conjunctions, because conjunctions play a vital role in types of sentences. So that's what first we have an idea on conjunctions, what are they, then we'll go to types of sentences. Actually conjunctions are divided into two types, where coordinative and subordinative. Right? Coordinative and subordinative. Here coordinative are simplified into a quote, that is a fanboys. Then F stands for, A and, N nor, B but, O are, Y yet, S so. So these are coordinative conjunctions. And subordinative conjunctions are because, if, as if, when, while, before, after, in spite of, so on. But here coordinative are limited, but subordinative, a few more are there which are not mentioned here. Now why do I give these all the things? Because with these, with just have an idea on conjunctions, we can find what the sentence comes under, whether it is compound or complex. So before going to that, we have to know first, here simple sentence. What is simple sentence? So a simple sentence is normally a sentence which comes under any one of the tenses. Right? Suppose they are going. They are going to a movie. So it is a sentence which is simple and only one sentence that is, and it is, we call here main class. Main class because all sentences are called as main classes because the sentence gives full sense, full meaning, and it maintains all the features of a sentence. The features of sentence are starting with a capital, containing a verb, and having an object, and ends with a full stop and gives a complete sense. It's a group of sentences, group of words, and gives complete sense, and it doesn't depend on any other, and that's what it is called as main class. And one more, as it doesn't depend on any other, it itself gives full meaning, then also we call this independent class. Right? It is independent class and also main class we call, and it must be only one. So that's what a simple. One subject, one verb and one object, all are single. That's what it is, a simple sentence. If we have an idea on simple sentences, by using simple sentences, we'll go remaining two types of sentences. They are compound and complex. And let's come to know, have an idea that compound. Compound is a sentence which combines two main classes. Actually, like these main classes must be two minimum, and there is no limit You can add any main class, how many main classes also, but you have to use one of coordinative conjunctions. So if any two or more than two main classes are combined with the coordinative conjunctions, that sentence comes under compound. That's what I said. Conjunctions are important to know. Simply, if you don't know what sentence is that and which is a type of sentence it comes under, then how to focus on conjunction which is used in that. Then if the conjunction comes under coordinative, then simply the total sentence comes under compound. So it is coordinative is nothing but compound. And here we'll go one example that he knows Telugu and Hindi. Actually, in this there are two simple sentences. One is he knows Telugu, second is he knows Hindi. So those two simple sentences we are joining with a and which is the conjunction from the list of coordinative. Right? Then the sentence total comes under compound sentence. Simply because of conjunction coordinative. Right? And I said not only two, more than two simple sentences also joined by and. Suppose the same example, if we take languages, you may insert many, right? He knows Telugu, Hindi, Malayalam, Odisha, and also English. There are 5 or 6 simple sentences are combined by only one conjunction, that is and, which is from the list of a coordinative. So therefore it comes under compound sentence. That's what any two simple sentences are any two main classes, any two independent classes, two or more than two, no problem. But they must join with the coordinative conjunctions only. Then the total sentence comes under compound sentence, right? And here is 1 and here is 2, and there are many. If you want to join, no problem. So it is about a compound sentence. And come to complex. Complex sentences also needed on simply simple sentences. Actually, suppose here I'll write a my teacher came is one simple sentence, right? I was reading. So it is one more simple sentence. These two simple sentences now I am combining with a list of subordinative conjunction. That is, my teacher came here while I was reading. So here is one of the classes, and from here one of the classes. Suppose I have taken out this while I was reading. While I was reading, the class which doesn't give any complete sense. The second class definitely depends on the first class to complete its sense. So the second class here depending on first class, so it is called dependent class. But here the first class my teacher came, it itself gives complete sense. It doesn't depend on any second. So it is called a main class or independent class. So the define here of complex sum, we must add one or more dependent classes, but at least it contain one main class. So there is no limit here to add any dependent classes, but at last we have to add one main class to give complete sense by joining with them one of conjunctions from the list of subordinative. Then the sentence comes under complex. Here in compound we are adding all main classes only, not dependent classes, not subordinate classes here. And here the class comes called as subordinative class also, because the class which is added with the subordinative conjunction, the total class comes under subordinative class. And subordinative classes don't give complete sense itself. They need one more main class to get a complete sense. That's what in complex sentence we may get one or more than one subordinative classes, but it must contain one main class to give complete sense. And those all are added with one of the conjunctions from subordinative conjunctions. So all subordinative conjunctions are used in complex sentences, and all coordinative conjunctions are used in compound sentences. Now, here is some logics that if there is any sentence in which you find one or two or more than the sentences, but all of them are combined with one of the conjunctions from coordinative, then blindly you can say that is compound sentence. And if there is any other sentence which contains more than two sentences in it, but in that you find one of the conjunctions from subordinative, blindly you can say it is complex sentence. Right? And here, one more. In compound sentence, we will get simple sentences, because with the simple sentences only we form compound. And whereas we are getting simple sentences in compound, in complex we will get both here. Simple sentences will get here and compound sentences also will get here. But whereas we are getting compound here, don't say that is compound and it is a complex, because superiority is complex here. Right? Superiority goes to complex here. If you find in the sentence both conjunctions, suppose and if you find a while, those two conjunctions are there in one of the sentences, then must comes under it is complex sentence, not compound sentence. If there is no the conjunction of a subordinative, then you can find one of them, then that is compound. If you find both, then it goes to complex only. Right? So why do we use these sentences here? Then we can write a sentence a page if we know how to use complex. Suppose a day's actions of a person. Suppose if I say my one day's actions in one sentence, that when I wake up, I brushed my teeth, I took breakfast, I went to school, I took classes, I took lunch, I came back home, I did my work, and I took supper, I went to bed, and I went to bed. Right? So in this actual more than 10 actions are comes under dependent clauses, and the last one is main clause here. When I wake up, it doesn't give complete sense. What did you do when you wake up? Right? So it continues. I have added actions in that, all are dependent only. Then at last and I went to bed. Then at last, after all actions, the last action must be complete sense. Then the total sentence comes under complex, and it takes a page of paper. Then we can write a lengthy sentence if we have the idea on complex. And also different types of sentences I said to you already in previous videos, not only using simple sentences always to say, to speak or to write, but also you have to use compound and complex and different types of sentences, like negative, interrogative, and short sentences and lengthy sentences and questions in your speaking and writing answers. Then your writing and your speaking must be very effective to the listener and to the evaluator who is going to evaluate your answer sheet. Then they come to know that you have good command in English, and not only that, and they come to know that, and your writing must be very effective. Normally you see that we will read some stories, right? In the stories we can find different types of sentences, and not only stories, lessons of academics also, if you have observed. Then there are many types of sentences. Not all the sentences comes under only single type or simple sentences. You will get many types of sentences. Then the story gives us some space to think in the middle of lesson, and it will question us in the middle of lesson, and it will give some surprises, some exclamatory sentences, because of using types of sentences. So it must be a good write up features actually. So for that, these types of sentences are very useful. Hope you have understood well these all the things, and I believe in that you will use these all sentences while you are speaking and also writing something else, right? And if you have any doubts, don't forget to comment to me. I'll definitely answer you, right? So this is the topic of types of sentences in grammar of English. Hope you have understood well, and we will meet in one more video with one more interesting topic from the grammar of English. Till that, thank you all.